What is up, everybody? D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla X Kong The New Empire discussion video, and we will be breaking down all of the newest footage from Godzilla X Kong The New Empire that comes to us from the toy ads and the international trailers, as well as talking about that incredible new poster. Alright, let's do it. Big shoutouts to Godzilla -1. This isn't the Godzilla -1 video, not about the Oscar nom, but I just wanted to shout it out and be like, oh my god, how cool, that is so exciting. Godzilla is getting internationally recognized at the most prestigious American awards ceremony for films. It is super exciting that Godzilla -1 received the VFX nomination. I really hope it wins. I don't know if it will. The creator is a really good stand-in. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if the creator won either. But Godzilla -1, come on! 70 years in the making. We deserve it. But that's not the topic of today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. Starting out, there is a new Chinese poster for The New Empire, and it is so freaking cool. I love the colors, first of all. The blues and the pinks being kind of muted, with the white being the most prominent thing. It just looks so clean. I really love it. This is so much better than the really bad American poster for the film. I really don't like the main poster for this movie. As I've said, I thought the handprint posters were great, and this one is fantastic. This is such a cool poster. I love it. It gives big Millennium vibes. I love Skar King being up there at the top, Kong with the battle glove. That's awesome. I also really like the little details on it. Like, it's got a Monarch logo on it. It's actually got a couple Monarch logos on it. I like the green on it. That's a cool little thing. The green lights. That's neat. And Kong's just looking great. He's also got these like glowing red orange eyes. That's sick as hell. This is a really great look at his design too, with the new chest scars, and I like that they're not as prominent as his old ones. That's still cool. Godzilla's design, it's so interesting. This is one of the better looks we've got at it. It looks like his elbow spikes are much shorter than the toys would have you believe. The back spines look pretty great here. Godzilla's head looks fantastic. This is a really awesome render of the new Godzilla's head. He looks really cool. The chest is still weirdly pumped out. I don't quite like the positioning of it, but I just think that's a new result of Godzilla's strange upper body proportions in relation to his very slim legs. Other than that though, the poster looks incredible. I really love it. I think this is such a great poster to go off of. It's the best poster for the movie so far. I mean, I really do like those handprint posters, but that's probably the best poster for the movie so far. It's pretty sick. Now getting into the footage, it gets really tricky. We've got a really divided fan base at the moment. It seems like a lot of people are hyper negative about Godzilla X Kong The New Empire just simply because. A lot of people are really criticizing it, and a lot of people are focusing on like how great -1 was in relation to how this new movie doesn't look to be as good quality-wise. I think it's being exaggerated in some corners of the internet, but I don't think that detracts from the valid criticism some people have. That being said, there's another side of the fan base that is hyper defensive over Godzilla X Kong The New Empire, saying like all criticism or any lack of enthusiasm is a sign that you're not a true fan, or it's all just bait to get people upset to farm engagement. I think a lot of people have very valid critiques of what we have seen from this new movie, and Godzilla fans can be very defensive. Either way, we have some new footage for The New Empire. So some Playmates ads came out a little bit ago, and they feature some new footage. We've got an extended shot of Godzilla rising up out of the ice. That looks pretty sick. The movements are all weird because it's sped up, but other than that, it's pretty cool. We have Kong rising out of the sand pit. That one looks awesome. I love Kong's expression there. He looks super awesome. And then we have some potentially extended shots of Skar King doing a roar, Zuko doing a roar, and then an extended shot of, I believe, Kong roaring as well. And that's where we get into the actual new footage, the new stuff, and this comes to us from the international trailers for Godzilla X Kong. There's a Chinese trailer and a Japanese trailer. They're the same trailer as the first trailer. They just feature a new shot at the end, a new teaser at the end. So the Japanese trailer came out like a week ago or something, and it features a new shot of Godzilla in Rome, which is the first time Godzilla's ever gone there. That's super cool. Is that Godzilla's first time on screen in live action going to Europe? Might be. I think it is. It's pretty cool. So Godzilla appears in Rome, which is a fantastic concept. He's actually standing in the freaking Roman Colosseum, which is so cool. That is so awesome. Now, the Roman Colosseum is about 159 feet, and it's just a shame that Godzilla's so big in the MonsterVerse, because what a fantastic setting for a Showa era fight. A Godzilla who's 164 feet standing off against another monster who's 164 feet. You could have them literally fight in the Coliseum. That would be so cool. That would go so hard, man. Unfortunately here, Godzilla is so big that he just kind of towers over it, and so it's really going to be probably knocked down in like one step. I really love seeing the 2019 design. I just love that design so much, and I like that we're getting a final send-off for it in this movie. And I have a feeling that it looks to me like Godzilla created a Hollow Earth portal to get here, as it seems like he's rising up from within the structure itself and then towering over it. Here's where it gets into the really frustrating stuff for me. Godzilla's here to fight the Titan from trailer 1 that's attacking Rome. I previously speculated about what that Titan might be, and then you guys corrected me on it and told me what it is. End of the fucking discussion. I can't speculate on something you guys have told me what happens. So moving on, the VFX aren't really great here. That's something that some people are really touchy about. The perspective is off. It's not a very convincing shallow focus that's going on here. I'm not going to nitpick it too much, but I did want to mention it because it will come back up a second later. The next trailer, the Chinese trailer, shows this new shot of Kong with the beast glove. It's actually a series of new shots. And the first shot sees Kong rising up next to a mountain, and it seems like the mountain has this red paint all over it, kind of Iwi styled red paint, and that's pretty cool. Or maybe it's Skar King styled red paint. I guess he can paint things red in the new movie as well. The next shot shows the Hollow Earth Iwis. I believe that's what they're supposed to be. I think she's the queen. She's the one who exits the crystal wall in the first trailer. She's standing there with another Iwi behind her, and I really like their face paints and their costumes. I like how serious her tone is. It's really cool, and it gives a very serious vibe to what we're watching. It's kind of like back in the day, Akira Ifukube used to have music that was so serious and grand, and yet the action on screen was often very silly. And it was the clash between those two dynamics, where it was serious music clashing with semi-silly visuals, and it still made it feel grand and epic. And if you have people reacting to the things around them as if they're grand and epic, you can get away with a little more of the silly stuff. The next shot sees Trapper. He's standing next to this rock wall. There's some vines behind him, so again, he's just in the same spot looking up at Kong. I don't love the vibe of Trapper yet. The colors and the outfits that a lot of our characters like Gia are wearing in the new movie, I don't totally vibe with. Again, I kind of had the same issue with the costume design for Godzilla vs. Kong, if you remember back in the day. I didn't like the way they dressed Madison Russell. I guess it's just kind of a stylistic preference in terms of what the characters wear, where I preferred the more mundane clothing like what we saw in King of the Monsters versus the more outlandish rock and roll style that has been brought forth since then. The final shot of the trailer shows Kong roaring with the glove. It's cool. It mirrors his acceptance of the royal axe in Godzilla vs. Kong. It's a little too Kong King of the Apes for me. I really don't like the beast glove. I don't think it's a necessary thing for Kong to have. I don't think any kaiju should have that. It's just a little too childish for me. It's a little too gimmicky. It's clearly there to sell some toys, and I'm a sucker. I bought them. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like there's any natural part where you go, it would be really cool if for this new story we give a big hindrance to Kong, and then to overcome it, to show the symbiosis between man and monster, they come together and Kong wears technology, and it's like this perfect thematic blend. For me, I'm not into the beast glove. The shot is cool. It just looks like Kong's wearing a wrist glove. I'm not as into the beast glove as I was with the axe. The axe was pretty awesome, I thought. They really sold me on the axe. The axe was something that in concept I didn't think Kong should have an axe, and then in execution I thought they really sold it. I'm not sold on the beast glove yet. So Kong doesn't have the axe here. I would love to speculate on why, but again, you guys have told me in the comments. My question though is, why isn't Kong just getting more weapons? Kong has a ton of weapons in his throne room from Godzilla vs. Kong. If for any reason he didn't have access to his axe that he has loved to use since Godzilla vs. Kong, he has like 100 others that were just built into the floor in Godzilla vs. Kong that he could have just as easily picked up. Why not go pick some of those up and then go into battle with your beast glove and an axe? I don't know if he does that in the movie. I have a feeling he doesn't, but he should. He realistically should, because he should have those things. Unless when Godzilla blew up the temple, those things got obliterated, which I don't believe they did. The Hollow Earth in the background looks pretty cool. This is clearly at the bend of the Hollow Earth world, which is actually something I was wondering about, what happens when you get to the edge of Hollow Earth, and I guess here we see it just kind of warps around itself, which is cool. As far as the CGI goes, yeah, there's more CGI errors here. The beard clips through the chest. Kong's entire chin and beard, they disappear through his chest, which is something that people say happened in Godzilla vs. Kong. I think it was completely excusable there. This one is very noticeable, and this is like a hero shot. Here I come to interrupt my own video. Hello, I'm ending the video. Was that abrupt? I don't know where I ended it. The video shifts topics partway through, and I figured I might as well end it here and then just do another one, because not only do we shift topics, but there's a tonal shift we're going through here as well. So let's end the video here. I would love to give a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you so much for the support I get on the Patreon. If you want to support the Patreon, you can use the link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man out.